Hello everybody, it's me Hannah again, and today I got tagged by the bibliophiline, and she did the rapid fire book tag. My husband was going to help me with this today, but he fell asleep. It's pretty late, so I'm going to do it by myself. So, ebook or physical book? And I would say I prefer having a physical book, but I do use ebooks. I do use ebooks a lot, like on my Kindle and stuff. Paperback or hardback? I have to say paperback. I find that hardback covers really annoy me a lot. So anyways, paperback because it's easier for me. Online or in-store book shopping? I love going to bookstores. I love walking around bookstores. I love finding books to read. I like sitting down in like a little couch or chair or something in a bookstore and just reading while everyone else is looking at books. Everyone's there for the same reason. But online shopping is easier because you can just buy it and send it straight to your Kindle, if that's what you want to do. But I prefer bookstore shopping. Trilogies or series? I don't know. I don't get this question because trilogies are series. I like trilogies because that means that the book gets to end, I guess. That means that there's an ending and, it's in sight, and it's not like Game of Thrones where it goes on for 7 books and the last couple of books still aren't out yet. With that being said, I do really like book series though, just because I love reading and I love getting immersed into characters and into a world and into characters and things like that. But sometimes when it's a series, like a long series, it should end sooner, honestly. Like some series should end before their last book. Like, come on now. Heroes or villains? I say villains. Heroes are good, but I like villains better because they make better characters, I think. I think they're more complex. A book you want everyone to read. Oh, I want everyone to read the Mistborn trilogy. It's not everyone's cup of tea, I know that, but I still think it's great. It's great writing, and I don't know, I love it. I adore that series so much. Recommend an underrated book. I would say Where'd You Go, Bernadette? I don't know if that's a popular book. I haven't heard anything about it on BookTube. I love that book. I adored that book, actually. I think it represented a lot of characters with mental health issues, and I really liked that. And it was probably coming from a person who has anxiety and is an introvert and things like that. It probably has some of the most relatability in my life. To the mom, I mean. The last book I finished, probably 1000 Splendid Suns. I've started a few books since then, but I haven't done anything else, really. The last book I bought was probably A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I haven't really finished yet. Weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark? I've used a penny before because it was like right there and I had to use it. And also I dog ear my pages, so I don't really need a bookmark. I know, I'm a monster. Used books, yes or no? Yes, of course. Oh my goodness, yes. 100,010% yes. Top 3 favorite genres: adult fantasy, science fiction, then young adult fantasy. I hope that answers it. I know fantasy and science fiction are very close, and some people consider them the same thing, but I don't. Borrow or buy? I would rather buy my own books than borrow someone else's. I don't like borrowing other people's books because I am so hard on books. There have been quite a few times where I have accidentally, without even realizing it, made my own book trash because I am just, I don't know, I'm so immersed into the book that I'm reading that I really don't understand, or I really don't realize what I'm doing to it, I guess, like how I'm treating it. So yeah. Characters or plot? I would have to say that both are extremely important, but I live for characters, and I live for character development, and I live for bromances and romances and strong female relationships between each other, and just, oh, yes, I live for character relationships. I think that is the best thing in a whole book, and that is honestly what I look for in a book, is character relationships. The plot has to be good, though. Like, I have to be interested in the plot to read it. Long or short chapters? Okay, so I have to say it's easier for me to get through the book faster when the book has short chapters. I just really enjoy, because I feel so satisfied when I finish a chapter, and then I get really frustrated if I'm reading and reading and reading and reading and reading and I can't finish the chapter. Yeah, so I prefer short chapters just because it's easier for me to get through, and it's just kind of the writing style that I enjoy. Name the first 3 books you think of. The Book Thief, the Bible, and Celtic Myths. I don't know. Those are the first 3 that came to my mind. I don't even know the authors. Marcus Zusak, Jesus, and a bunch of other men. And then I don't know who wrote Celtic Myths. I'll have to look it up. Those are the only things that came to my mind, at least. Books that make you laugh or cry. I would have to say cry. I love being sad. I don't know if that's weird, but I like when a book makes me feel emotions, so much so that I'm like sobbing. That, I don't know, it might be like torture to myself, but I love sad books, and they are probably my favorite. Laugh or cry. Cry. Every time. I like laughing. Like, if it's a funny book, that's great, but I like when I feel really strongly when I'm reading. So, our world or fictional worlds? I have to say fictional world. I like our world. Our world is fine, but I like reading a book where there's a world that I know nothing about, and then I have to just learn everything, and it's just like history class all over again, but for something that like isn't even real. But I love it. I love learning about different worlds. Audiobooks, yes or no? I prefer reading a book so that I can make the voices in my head, because some audiobooks are very poorly done. So I like to read, but there's some audiobooks that are really good. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? All the time. All the time I do. And I try not to. It's really easy to. It's the first thing you see. It's the first thing you see about a book. I didn't read the Mistborn trilogy for a whole year because of the cover. And I was like, no, that book looks dumb. I don't know. I don't really want to read it. It's just, the cover's kind of campy. But it turned out to be one of the best books I have ever read in my life. So yes, I do judge a book by its cover, but I shouldn't. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? I like TV series. I like when books are made out into TV series just because there's more of it to watch. And I love adaptations of books. So yeah. A movie or TV show you prefer to the book? I would have to say Game of Thrones. I love the show Game of Thrones. And the only reason I say that I like it better than the books is because it's been so long since I've read the last book that I don't remember anything about it. But here I am about to watch the last season of the show. Series or standalones? I will read a series over a standalone any day. When I read standalones, I get so upset that it's over. Like, I'm just so sad that it's over, and I don't want it to be over. I love these books, you know? And so, yeah. Standalones just end too quickly. Okay, well, that was my video. I am tagging Jordan from The Lost Reader. Her channel is The Lost Reader, and I'm tagging her. I will link the Bibliophile and The Lost Reader down below. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. Why don't you give me suggestions or write them down in the comments about stuff that you would like to see, and I will make that. Okay, thank you. Bye!